Good evening, everyone. We are going to talk about the rise of new retail, creating brands that disrupt and dominate. Explore how modern brands have disrupted traditional retail spaces and established themselves as leaders in the market by directly addressing consumer needs. Now, this is about directly addressing the consumer needs. Before we start this wonderful uh, panel with wonderful panelists, I would like and request all our panelists to introduce themselves succinctly so that everybody is aware about what kind of business they are into and you'll get a gist of what they do. We can start with Anand.
Vanakkam everyone. Right. I'm Anand. I'm co-founder of Sweet Karam Coffee. We are a clean label snacking brand on a mission to contemporize the entire South Indian snacking segment with a vision of taking the taste and tales of South India to the globe. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiru Makkapillai. I'm the founder of the Divine Foods. Divine Foods is a D2C startup. What we do is we take a traditional superfood from Tamil Nadu, we export it and we sell it in our online site. Traditional superfood in the sense like turmeric from Salem, moringa from Karur, like each superfood from each region of Tamil Nadu.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm Madhumita. I'm one of the co-founders of a company called the Indus Valley. We are a healthy kitchenware brand. We are predominantly D2C. Major chunk of our sale comes from online. Recently we've started offline as well. We are a little over 100 crore ARR brand. We're based out of Chennai and we started in 2016.
Hi, I'm Sumit Santalia, co-founder of TechnoSport. We are doing activewear, athleisure kind of products across India. We are majorly into GT business, moving towards D2C and large-scale format businesses. We are into 400 ARR run rate and looking forward to enjoy this session.
Yes. Hi, good evening. Super excited to be here. My name is Vasant Tamil. We are building a new age toy brand focusing on 0 to 3 years. We are trying to build a truly world-class play experience for our children here. Thank you.
Okay, so the first question is for everyone, and that is about the market gap. When all of you decided to start your brand, what was the gap that you saw in the market? Number one, what was the opportunity? And what came or what were the thoughts which translated into ideas and then strategies that made you start this business or start a business in this category? So we'll start with Anand to address the market gap and the opportunity that he saw in his brand when he started few years back.
Thanks, Hitesh. In snacking segment, if you say India is a 50,000 crore snacking market, but 58% of snacking market is dominated by Western snacks. And imagine only remaining 42% is traditional snacks and it's fairly unorganized. So in South Indian snacking, if you take a packaged food brand, the biggest problem is they lack authenticity. The authenticity of South Indian snacking is found only in pockets of South. Any packaged food brand, if you take, they lack authenticity. They lack clean ingredients. They are dominated by palm oil, preservatives, maida, and all sort of chemicals and colors. Third, the packaging is so dull and boring. You have a plain, transparent packaging. When a Western snacking is scoring only with packaging, why can't South Indian snacking be the coolest? So we wanted to build a global snacking brand from South India that will bleed authenticity, that will be known for its clean ingredients. We don't use any palm oil, preservative, maida, any sort of chemistry lab that's found in regular packaging brands. And we are known for our contemporary packaging on par with any new age brands. So we wanted to be a single voice of South India when it comes to snacking. Like how we have in Haldirams or Bikaji or Bikano in the north. We wanted to be the face of South, but we wanted to do it the cleaner version. Thanks, Hitesh.
So the idea of the Divine Foods is, initially we started with turmeric. So before that, just to give the backstory, I was in US. When I was in US, I used to see products in the Walmart and Costco, like a traditional product from different part of the country. Like different countries, like we will have this Manuka honey from New Zealand and all this traditional product from different country. I was wondering why there is we all talk about India and the traditional food, the food culture, etc. But there is no proper traditional food from India in the shelves of the US. So the whole idea is when I came back from US, I was traveling around length and breadth of the country to find any unique product. So during the time I found this turmeric. There is just to give a background, in turmeric there's an active ingredient called curcumin. So curcumin is like we all say this antibiotic, antiseptic, the skin care and everything. It all depends on the curcumin level of the turmeric. So what we did was we started, when we looking at the products in the market, most of the products were sold by like a masala companies or a huge MNCs, which like they had like 400 SKUs and turmeric was one of the SKUs. We thought the product need to give a new look and we need to highlight the curcumin in the product, and those products has a very less curcumin level. So we started with turmeric, and the idea is also we connected with the local farmers there in Salem. We procured from them and we created the value added products and it was selling in the market. So initially, it was like a big route. So when a farmer is producing it, it goes to the warehouse, then it goes to like a kind of big super stockist or a retailer, then it goes to the customer. But when we launched, the D2C was there. So we were directly getting it from the farmer and we are creating the value added products and we are selling it online. That gave us it's kind of disrupting the whole supply chain because the product is directly going to the customer. At the same time, the farmer is also getting benefited. The reason is we pay them upfront. So that's how the business model works. Then we started scaling up from each region, like starting from Salem, then we went to a different region in Tamil Nadu.
The gap that we saw was mainly two. One, that customers were preferring premium products as long as it was good for you. So anything that was clean label, considered non-toxic, safe was the trend that people were moving towards to. The other that we saw was there was a lot of unorganized products in our category. We predominantly sell cast iron and steel cookware. Even though there were some large brands in that space, it was predominantly unorganized. So it was a move to the unorganized to organized that we were looking at. And we were also looking at this preference for people towards premiumization as long as it's good for you.
So we used to travel a lot to the other national countries nearby, China, Vietnam, and we can see people wearing regular on their day-to-day basis athleisure, and which is not available in India. If it is available, it's very premiumly placed, which is not affordable to the masses. Only at the bottom of the pyramid or the middle of the pyramid could not afford it. So we thought there is a big gap. It's not available in India. Then we thought, why not we start it? Traditionally, my father was into textile business, so I know some part of the business as well as the fabric and garment making, but this particular category was empty, so we thought, why not do it in India? So with the help of government and other initiatives and schemes, we started Make in India. We right now making 100% of product in India. Earlier we were importing some of the raw materials and fabrics from other countries, China and things. Now we are making it 100% in India.
The reason why we started and what is the market gap we have identified is my wife was a Montessori teacher and we had a daughter in 2016, and that's when we were searching for safe and purposeful toys because she had a condition called atopic dermatitis. Back then, if you see, the market was flooded with plastic toys, and upon investigation, we found out that 90% of the toys which were sold in India was Chinese toys. And when we wanted to do this, when we wanted to offer this to my daughter, we couldn't, since 0 to 3 years is where 80% of the brain development happens, and that's the foundational year of a child. And you'll have to provide with the right environment for them to have a healthy life ahead and set the foundations right. So since she was a Montessori teacher, we designed a few products for a product for my daughter and made it out of neem wood. The reason why we chose neem wood is antibacterial and antifungal by nature, and where our ancestors used to brush their teeth. My friends of the same age group also were going through the same parental journey, and they were also liking these products. So that's when we thought, okay, it's just not a problem, it's a problem out there. And in a country like India, where 73,000 kids are born every day, and we don't have an Indian brand which actually innovated or crack this category for the past 3 decades. For the past 3 decades, this market is ruled by Chinese toys. 90% of the market share was with Chinese toys. That's when we thought, okay, we have the resources, we have the skills, and we spoke to a few consumers. Like when we tested it before getting into it full time. We were doing our own thing and we had a Facebook shop. And then we tested our products, whatever we were creating, speaking to those customers. Based on their confidence, we got into it full time from 2020. That's how we started Ariro Toys. Thank you.
Thanks. Now we will go to the next segment of this panel discussion, and that is how. We will ask our panelists how they have achieved the numbers that they introduced when they started the presentation. We have seen Anand has achieved a ARR of 50 CR. I would like Anand to share the insights on what all did he do to achieve this ARR, which will be helpful for the other retailers as well.
Definitely, yeah. So usually new age brands start, especially snacking brands, they start offline and eventually they scale online. But we took a U-turn. We started online and now we are moving to offline. What that has given us is like the brand penetration happens faster. This discoverability happens really faster. Because we penetrated across India faster than we could have done when we had started offline. That's the first thing. Second, a clear differentiator from what was available from the market. As I said, authenticity, clean ingredients, contemporary packaging. These were the three clear differentiators that helped us to scale fast. Apart from that, honest products. Whatever we declare is what we sell. What we sell is what is being declared on the product. The honest products, innovation at pace, the agility in the innovation. Because when you are competing with legendary brands, you need to be agile. You need to be innovative. So that innovation has given that pace. Third is the assortment of the products that we have. So we are very strong in D2C. So we have sailed over 8 years only with our own online store and app. That eventually gave that brand presence and the brand discoverability. Then we moved to quick commerce and marketplace. Now we are available in Zepto, Instamart, Blinkit and Amazon, which is for the accessibility. While the D2C is for discoverability, moving to quick commerce and marketplace, that's for the accessibility. Finally, eventually when we move to offline, retailers recognize us, distributors recognize us, then when the product is on the shelves of the store, that's where the brand credibility builds. So discoverability through D2C, accessibility through quick commerce, and brand credibility through offline is probably a success mantra on how we scale from 0 to 50, but a very long journey to go to answer you, Hitesh.
Okay. Kiru, what is your ARR? You did mention, I think.
Sorry?
What is your ARR?
So right now we are in 8 ARR. 8 CR, yeah.
And what's your ARR?
8 CR.
8 CR, okay.
Yeah.
And 90% of this comes from website.
90% of them comes from the
And
website,
10% is from other?
the marketplaces.
Okay, now
So we are not in a retail right now.
Okay, not in retail. Now this is a brand which is 100% digital, you can say.
Yeah, right. It's 100% digital. It's
And
completely
how,
D2C.
why have you kept it only digital, or when are you going to start physical as well in terms of digital then subsequently?
So the digital, the digital is easy entry barrier for us. So we entered easily to the digital.
No entry barrier, and it's
That's the
easy.
one main thing.
Yeah, that's the online thing.
And like Anand was saying, we were trying to position the brand first in digital, then it go to retail. So right now, in case of retail, we are in few retail stores, but those retail stores are retail chains where they approached us because of the retail, the digital presence. So that helped us. Initially, what happened was we launched the brand around like 2019, end of 2019. 2020 is COVID. So the COVID is like kind of a blessings in disguise for us because it gave us a like an organic push during the time because all the starting from the local newspaper and the international paper were talking about the Indian food, the Indian like a turmeric and their health benefits and etc. So that gave us a push. And during the time we were not in retail and we were in online. You know, during COVID, like all the retail shops are closed. So we were in online. So during the time when you go for a Google and search for organic turmeric or something, the brand pops up first. So that gave us an initial push.
Madhumita, what about you?
Sure. We're at a 100 crore ARR now. More than around 93-94% of our sale is digital. The rest is retail. We started retail only last year, and this is all through pure play distribution. The way that we've always looked at it is product market fit and channel market fit. We always try to get a particular scale in a channel that we are working on before we go ahead to another channel. What this allows us to do is it allows us to get a lot of customer insight, which you can build into that channel and product. It also allows you to spend your marketing rupee very wisely. So thanks to the lot of digital time that people spend on our phones, all of us spend a lot of time on social media. All our digital spends that were happening on Meta and Google allowed us to do well in retail as well. So when we went to retail, we saw two things happening. One, because of the 7 to 8 years of all spends that we've done digitally, customers knew who we were. Stores were able to easily sell our products. So the retailers were very happy to place us there. That was number one. Number two, we were able to give the customers a very tactile experience. So the conversion was really good in the store. There might be other products that were available, but because of our digital intervention that we were doing, these were very targeted interventions. We started only with TN last year. We are trying to do a few other states now, but predominantly TN is where our retail comes from. The success is that each channel, we'd have to do that intervention. The same was done in other channels. So it's always product market fit and channel market fit.
And what would be your breakup from a website and other channels?
The website is a little over 50%. The retail is around 6 to 7%. The rest is e-commerce.
Okay. Sumit, what about you? How are you, dividing your business?
So we are like currently in 400 run rate. Our 90% of business is GT, and just it's been like 1.5 to 2 years. We have entered into modern trade as well as online business and EBOs and all those. We are trying to scale up this part of the business. We tend to grow more like towards the D2C business where we touch the customers directly. GT was traditionally built by my father 15 years ago where he was doing other products. So he had a healthy relationships with the distributors. That's how you build a great GT business. We stick what differences we did was we stick to a single distributor in single state. Till today, we are like 27 distributors across India. Every state has a distributor. We don't like have every distributor in every district. So that's what's the difference made in our brand. So this helped distributors build trust in our product, in us. So they gave more of their energy, time and focus towards our product. Distributing it even better and eliminating the super stockists and other more interventions are to reach the retailer or the consumer. There are not multiple blockages. There is just one distributor. So the effort and time he does because we have invested in them and they equally invested in us. This helped us grow our GT business. Slowly we are moving to large format and the D2C business because market and consumer are moving towards that direction. So we are also doing the same in the current situation.
Yeah, Vasant.
Yeah, so for us it's 80% plus it's an own website. 20% comes from Hamleys, Mother Care and Amazon First Cry, everything put together. So one of the discovery platforms we use is, for us it works like this, content, community, and then comes commerce. Today, every customer, if you take any success of the brands, even in these guys will know where it lies at the feet of the customers. As long as you understand why your customers are buying it, why they understand, why they are standing, I mean, why they are not buying it and why they are buying it. So if that deep insights is there, any brand can be successful is what I think. Thank you.
Sure. Now you mentioned about the community part. And we see that most of the D2C brands have extremely strong community connections. How did you establish that and what is your community all about?
So in a country like India, the highest number of content which is consumed is parenting. That is the second highest content which is being consumed. So that insight was there. Based on that, we don't propagate or we don't sell our products in our platform. Where we built a community on Instagram, we are around 113,000 followers as on date. We add around 1,000 to 1,500 followers every 4 to 5 days. So how do we do that? Is we put a lot of messaging on the parenting. We understand the pain points of early childhood. So we try to build a lot of contents around parenting. So that helped us to have and build a community. And we have been doing that from day one. In fact, before selling a product, a community started building. That's when, after 3 months, is where we started launching and selling our products from there.
Sure. Madhumita, how have you used marketing tactics and strategies to, build your brand?
Sure. It has always been a blend of customer inciting and digital marketing and a lot of use of influencers as well. So when it comes to marketing, one thing that we've always understood is taking customer insight. As a team, we've institutionalized doing 30 to 50 customer calls per month, and we do customer home visits as well. What this allows us to do is we understand what are some problems our customer deals with, what is she looking for, how are we solving those problems, and then we build the RTBs. If your messaging is towards the problem solving, that will definitely increase the chance of a customer spending that 2 seconds extra to look at your post on Insta or YouTube. So that's part number one. The content needs to be right. All of our marketing capabilities in-house, any post, any reel, anything that you see, we have an entire content team and an entire floor dedicated to it. We've never outsourced it. We've seen that freshness of content is very important. And we also partner with influencers. We work with hundreds of influencers every month in order to ensure that we have fresh, relatable content which addresses customer pain point. And we obviously do Meta and Google ads, but with all of this infrastructure in place. We have a detailed marketing team, a content team, and also we have a lot of customer insighting and analytics that goes into all of this.
Thanks. Now my other question is to Anand and Kiru, because they are into perishable products. How do you balance between quality and growth? Because the more you grow, more you expand, there is a high probability of losing the quality, especially, when you have to send your products from one end of the country to the other one. So how do you maintain the quality is the first part. Second, does this impact your growth strategies also? That restricts you to cities or even a state like only Tamil Nadu, is where my question is. We can start with Kiru and then Anand.
Yeah, in case of right now, so when we see most of the products, we do it like every 2 weeks. So we calculate the inventory according to it. That is a challenging. So when we look more than a food brand, sometimes I feel it's more of a managing the supply chain actually, because it's not like what Madhu are doing. Like if it is a solid product or something tangible product, we can keep it and we can plan the inventory for a month or 2 months. But in this case, right, when they open a product, when they open a food product, they need to feel it. Like apart from the tangible, the packing, etc., that there is some other thing in the food product. The intangible thing is there, either the smell and the flavor when they eat, and all this thing is there. So it's like mostly we keep the inventory low, like a just-in-time inventory. And the other thing is, in case of delivering, I believe it's almost sorted now because of the we have like multiple delivery partners right now, like delivery or Shiprocket, etc. It's kind of a plug and play, and most of the delivery is happening within within next day or with T+2 days within Tamil Nadu. And even from the other region, it's taking like 3 or 4 days. I believe that thing is sorted now. So the delivery part and those things is sorted now. The challenging part is like kind of setting up the just-in-time inventory in the in our site, like in the back end.
When you speak about food, the first thing that comes about its quality. And when you speak about clean label, all the clean ingredients, the first thing that people ask is about the shelf life. So the first thing that is the innovation in packaging. So we use modified atmospheric packaging. Without any preservatives, we are able to give a 6-month shelf life for our snacks and a 2 to 3 month shelf life for our sweets. So first, you sort the shelf life. Then you have a very lean inventory. We have a very strong supply chain so that you can service your demand just in time. Third, you choose the right contract manufacturer that will align to your values and your culture, basically. And fourth, you have a very strong quality team here, because we have an online quality team where our quality people is there stationed at every contract manufacturer's place, and we have an online quality setup. So we have a batch repository. So at any point of time, if you ask us to pick a product of February or March, we can pick a product and we can, that's a traceability that has been established. So that we can clearly find out who has manufactured, what defect it was. We have that batch ready at any point of time to clearly identify the root cause.
Sure. Now, another part is that of innovation and how frequently you innovate with your products. Now, if you have sweets or karam and coffee and milk products, how many SKUs you have, Kiru? 36 SKUs. So you must have started at 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, 36, and so on. Toys for that matter, toys are endless. How many types?
We have over 100 plus SKUs. We launch 3 to 5 new products every month.
3 to 5 new products every month. So what is the philosophy of this innovation that all of you must be having? How do you think that, I have to launch 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 products? And how do you, design that? What goes into that
Sure.
process?
So as Madhu was telling that, she was trying to create contents around the pain points, understanding the customer pain points. So that is a very key insight. So I'll tell you, one of the best sellers for us is a wooden walkers. And this insight, it's not an in-house design we have come up with. There was this grandparents who walked into our office and they were giving us this insight saying that they had used a wooden walker during their childhood. Right now, whatever the walkers which was available in the market was curtailing the child's movement and curtailing their independence. So they designed it for us. As long as you have your eyes and ear open to the customers, they will be giving you more and more ideas. And today, that's been the best sellers and highest revenue contributors for us.
Yeah, sure. So with respect to the new product development engine, the way that we work is we have a 12-member team. They live and breathe R&D, product, quality, and so on. We do extensive analysis both on the gaps in the market, what is the competitor offering, and we also do a global study as to where globally the market is heading towards to. This is an annual exercise that we do, and we have a detailed annual calendar in place. There are obvious tweaks that we make, and we also work on multiple joint business plans, but the core of all of this comes from the customer themselves. We have a 3-point matrix that we check. One is this product having a genuine demand? A VC would call it TAM, but is it large enough for us to spend some time on? The other thing that we will definitely check on is it a product that is good for you? There might be a product that sells really well, but if it doesn't sell in our brand value, then we won't do it. And the third is a price point check. Will we be able to do manufacturing, or will we be able to figure out the right partners to bring it at a price point that we are? We are not a premium brand. We are a mass premium brand. We've always maintained our prices that way. Our intention is to be in every home. So these are some checklists that we have for our products.
Sumit, what about you?
So innovation and things are like
You are into athleisure, so
yeah,
the design has
it's
to
there
change.
in the name, like techno. Why techno? Because we are more into technology. We keep innovating, even if it's doing really well.
हाँ.
The products are doing really well. We are like, नहीं अभी तो इससे कुछ और अच्छा होना चाहिए. There is some, because international brands have set that standards and benchmarks. I want to bring all that to the value customers in India. I want everyone to. Yeah, so yeah, we are close to anytime live on Myntra or Flipkart, 1,500 SKUs. As we are into fashion
Awesome.
brand, athleisure, so we have to have so many.
Only 1,500 SKUs at
Yes.
any time.
Yes, across all categories, men, women, kids, like
So
together.
so how do you manage this?
So we have a large team. They
Bus.
there's a R&D team, product development team, merchandisers, close to 100 people working just for
Awesome,
managing all
awesome,
this.
awesome.
Apart from the factories and all those.
Awesome. Kiru, what about you?
So I believe in case of D2C, the beauty of the D2C is the customer can directly communicate to you. Yeah. That one point is there. So for example, when we are launching a product, whether it's good or bad, the feedback is there. And in the market gap also, so we launched a product called like Navalak. Navalak is nothing but a substitute for the Cerelac thing. We made it out of millets. When we launched, we were trying all different products, but the product idea came from the customers actually. So people were asking, most of our customer segment, women category or women from the age group like 25 to 50. So women, the age group 25 to 50, that's our TG. So these people started asking like, do you have any product for a baby, like a solid food for a baby, etc. So when we launched the product, right, it's a kind of a hit. Like when we launched, within a week, we know it's like a paka hit because it's like the feedback came from the customer. And the other thing is, in case of the big MNCs or someone, it's very hard to reach the founder. But here in case of D2C, they know like where I was there last week.
Whom to catch, when to catch, where to catch.
To catch, yeah. If I'm not responding in Insta, they are coming to LinkedIn. If I'm not responding in LinkedIn, they might come to the house in the future, might be.
Madhumita, Kiru is talking about feedback. You had mentioned about, how you learn from the feedback of the competition. Can you throw some light there?
Sure. So like all of them had highlighted, customers today are really very loud about their opinions. They're very loud in Google, they're very loud on Amazon. Every platform has sufficient feedback, both for us and for competition. We use a lot of analytics tools and we have a lot of business intelligence tools in place which will take all of this data and make a little bit of sense out of it. So that's point number one. The other is once we form a hypothesis, if my hypothesis is that there's a demand for a particular item in a particular area, then we'll have further conversations with the customer and understand where are some pain points where we can address which will fit into our ideology. So data and customer feedback is very much available. Two things that have worked very well for us in addition to the analytics part is one, we call customers. You won't believe the conversations that we have. Some calls go into 40, 45 minutes as well because that sometimes they'll scold us also. We should be open to that, the very generous amount of negative feedback as well, but that will really help us grow. And the other thing is a lot of customers allow us to visit their homes so we can actually see the ergonomics of things. So we will think they will be using the helper handle, but when we go home only we will know. So you will be imagining something when you're building a product, but when it's being used it will be something else. So these things really help through customer insighting.
Thanks. That was very insightful. I'll come to that when I just wind up the whole thing. Anand, what about
Yes, being a D2C first brand, of course, like all the panelists said, that we get a strong first-party data, so we listen to our customers and their feedbacks. And being in quick commerce, you speak to your category managers, understand what exactly, you get to know which keywords are searched more. Where is the demand exactly lying? What are customers looking for? And third, you have all these food trend reports that's being published. You need to lend your ears to what's trending, which flavor is trending. So you need to continuously innovate. So one interesting observation that came from a group of customers is, yes, you have amazing South Indian snacks, but some of our kids are still addicted to a particular brand of potato chips. Can we get something South Indian out of that? So when we thought, when a potato chips, fried in palm oil, coated with all seasonings made of chemicals, is being called as a global brand, why can't our own South Indian tapioca and banana chips can be popularized by being made with something in a better oil and being coated with a natural ingredient till tastes better? That gave to a birth of our entire flavored tapioca and banana chips in 4 flavors that are trending now, which is Indian masala, hot and sweet, jalapeno cheese, and tangy tomato. So now we will take the tales of South India to the globe, and now we will have our own South Indian products in the stores of US or UK. That's innovation for us.
Excellent. Well done. You got something for with this? Feeling hungry. Yeah. With this, I would like all of you to share your success mantra. 3 words is something which I think you all can share with the audience here today before we wind up the whole session. We start with Madhumita and then, left and right.
Sure. So 3 words, right?
Yeah.
That's not easy. So one is definitely persistence. The other is customer inciting. And the 3 would be frugality, because these 3 have always helped us.
Frugality.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We all should be frugal, but this helps, huh? Good, thanks. Anybody?
Every brand has its soul, has its own DNA. Please avoid FOMO. Whenever you try copying the other brand, we fail miserably. So please identify your own soul and work towards it. That is one. The second thing is team. Team is super crucial. From the founder to the end person should resonate with your vision. That's when you can build an incredible brand. Number 3 would be, as a D2C brand, from day one, as important as we focus on customer acquisition, we should focus on retention. That helps in profitability. Thank you.
Excellent. Customer retention, yes.
For me, it's like innovation, consistently innovating, improving your products, and not happy with whatever you are in the current state. Keep improving, consistently study your data, keep watching what is happening with within your factory or warehouse, what product is moving, what is not. So you stay lean on your inventory and across all the channels, not just in our category, in even a distributor's point and retailer's point.
Yeah, thanks. Kiru.
The first thing is listening to the customer, so you'll get like hell a lot of data from them. The second thing is the frugality. For most of the operations right now, we are trying to make it frugal since we are operating from like tier 3 city. And the third thing would be the team. So in case of D2C or any other brand, building from 0 to 1 is very easy. Right now with VC entry barrier and all these things, it's very easy to build from 0 to 1. The challenging part is going from 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000. That is the challenging part. So for that, you need a proper team.
Good.
Yeah.
Anand.
I would say first is the integrity, doing what is right and not what is easy. Second is the excellence, doing it the best. Third, perseverance, doing it consistently and long.
Excellent. I think some of the points are common across all, but frugality really touched me a lot. You know, Madhumita is laughing, but that's why she's able to do 120 crores ARR. If you are not frugal, you can't do that. So with this, I'm winding up the session, but what I learned was persistence, customer insight, frugality, avoid FOMO or copying the competition, and be your own soul. Soul in the sense the brand as its own, has a own soul, and be true to that soul. Team, majority of them said that you should have an extremely strong team. Without team, you are not going to conquer the vision and the mission that you have set for yourself. Innovation, keep innovating. We saw how these guys innovate. In fact, the classic example that Madhumita and Anand spoke about, that you can create $1 million and $1 billion empire just by finding out what are the gaps or what are the customer complaints on Amazon. If you come to know, study the customer complaints on Amazon, you will see, okay, these are the products which are required. And you can build a fantastic product and subsequently a brand and a good company out of that. So innovation is one, improving. Constantly improving is what our team has told us here today. Study your data and analytics is something that has come up. And all this from D2C perspective, analytics and data are the core to that, whether they want to innovate or change or expand or come up with a new product or whatever it is, it all depends on the data. Inventory management is the core. You all are retailers, you know how inventory is important. Supply chain is what one of our colleagues had also spoken about. Listening, always listen to your customers is what we found out here, but listening to your team and sometimes listening to your spouse also. Inventory management I spoke about, listenings, frugality, team, again excellence, perseverance and integrity. I think these were some of the key points which our team members have told us as a formula to success. Thank you very much for sharing your insights. All these brands are 5 odd years, if I remove COVID, then 5 to 7 years old and doing fantastic. Some of them are hardly 2-3 years old. But the job that you guys are doing, the work that you have done is fantastic. Thank you for sharing your insights. Thank you for coming to Chennai Retail Summit. Thanks.